Joe?
Yes, sir.
We've said it once on this show. We've said it a million times. The movies are back.
Yep.
And if you thought 2023 was jam-packed with pure cinema, just wait until you see what 2024 has in store. There are so many interesting movies scheduled to come out this year, and so we thought, I don't want to steal, this was your idea, and it's a great idea.
Well, appreciate.
The best way to talk about, instead of just talking about all the coming attractions in 2024, all the great movies lined up, some of which probably will be great, some of which will be stinkers. That's how it goes. That's why we love the movies. You thought, why don't we do a 2024 movie draft where we each try to pick our ultimate team of 2024 movies. Can't pick the same movie twice. We'll go back and forth, fantasy draft style. And then throughout the year, what we're going to do is we'll watch the movies when they come out. We'll review them on Letterboxd, probably also on this show. And then whoever has the most Letterboxd stars at the end of the year wins the movie draft.
That's
the movie
right.
fantasy draft.
And we'll be honest.
Well, that's our brand.
So if one of our picks is a stinker, we'll give it a 1 or a 2, and
we have to be honest.
We'll just live with that.
We have to be honest. And if one of Joe's picks is the best movie I've ever seen, I'll give it 5 stars because I'm being honest.
I appreciate that. That's our brand. And here we are, folks, at the 2024 first ever Movies Baby Movies draft. And I am so deeply hyped up. Brett, I knew there were some good movies coming out, but when I really started doing the research for the episode, I realized this year is a bloodbath. Folks, we're going to be at the movies every freaking week until Christmas, and I really had trouble with my first pick. This is like one of those drafts. Do you go with Ben Simmons, or do you go with whoever
Ben Simmons currently?
No. But back in the day, back in the day, it was like
this guy.
Ben Simmons or someone good at second, or are we going to go with
Sure,
Markelle Fultz, or are we going to go with Jason Tatum? Or whatever happened. But
so you only,
I'm in control now.
And we have no restrictions, though. Unlike a fantasy draft, there's no restrictions on like you have to have one horror movie or this and that. You can just pick any grouping of 5 movies. And I guess strategically, I mean, we have to be honest, but of course, taste is subjective. So I'm also going to try to pick movies I think you and I specifically will like, because that's going to help your score.
Great point. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, I like the way you're thinking. I got to play the game. I mean, should we get the movie draft started, Brett?
Let's go. Joe, we did before the show. We decided that you get the first pick.
I appreciate that.
Because you came up with the idea.
I'm excited.
So what do you got, Joe? What's your first pick?
With the first pick in the 2024 movie draft, Joe Cilio is going with Civil War.
Okay.
Civil War.
Okay. Alex Garland's Civil War.
Alex Garland's Civil War, my number 1 pick of the year. What's the movie I'm hanging my hopes on the most? Garland. Back in the saddle, and this time with a real scary one, Civil War. Folks, Kirsten Dunst is in this film, so already it's probably going to be pretty good. Alex Garland, he hasn't made a lot of movies, but the ones that he makes are worth watching. I love Ex Machina. I like Annihilation. Brett loves Annihilation. And everybody in the country is chattering about this movie, Civil War. Is it going to cause a civil war? Texas and California team up to fight the rest of the country. Let's go. I cannot wait. Plemons wearing those little glasses. It's already going to be the
those
number
little
1.
red glasses.
It's already going to be the Halloween costume of the year.
I love evil redneck Plemons too. That's the Plemons we deserve, is evil redneck Plemons.
Looks so good.
And I think that's a strong pick. We'll see and we'll know very soon.
We'll know so soon, folks. That movie comes out April 12th. Get your tickets now. It's in a couple of weeks. It's like the summer's already here. Like there's a couple other great movies this like summer, big blockbuster movies.
Yeah.
But I am so hyped for Civil War, Brett. Hyped.
Well, then in that case, because I was not sure what my number 1, and did you know, how long have you known that was your number 1 pick?
It's been like, if it wasn't that, it's been my number 1 pick before I thought of the idea. It's just, I'm so excited.
What I'm going to do then, because I was going back and forth on my number 1. But I also want to get some immediate gratification here. I don't want a movie that's coming out 6 months from now. Okay. I want my number 1 to be a movie that's about to come out, so we'll know where we stand.
Okay.
Pretty quickly.
You're a competitive guy.
My number 1 pick, baby, it's got to be Monkey Man.
Oh!
It's got to be Monkey Man.
April, is that in April too?
That's coming out in like 2 weeks. I think.
My Lord!
I think maybe.
We'll know right away.
Same weekend as Civil War. We'll have to see. Dev Patel's directorial debut, produced by Jordan Peele, From the trailer and the description, it looks like he's giving us John Wick meets Fight Club in India. I freaking love what I'm seeing from the Monkey Man trailer. I love what I'm seeing from the marketing. Dev Patel is on a streak. He's in it to win it, baby. Green Knight, one of the most underrated movies of the last couple years. Speaking of, the director David Lowery also has another movie on this list that might come up, maybe. But I am loving everything I'm seeing from Monkey Man. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, check it out and get in line, baby, as soon as tickets are available for Monkey Man.
We'll be watching Monkey Man in the blink of an eye. Like before we know it, we'll be watching Monkey Man on this podcast, and I am obviously excited for that. Wouldn't be my number one, but no shade to Dev, who's a handsome gentleman, and the trailer slaps, and I trust Jordan Peele with my life. Just wouldn't be my number one. My number one would be Civil War.
Quick update on my mental state. I wrote Monkey April.
Yeah, that's not gonna get any
that disqualify
stars.
me? All right.
Well,
Monkey
I was really nervous with your preamble that you were going to take my number 2 picture off the board.
Oh no! I should have done it number 1 because I think I know what it is. Oh, you're about to break
it's the
my heart.
steal of the draft.
Fuck.
Everybody gonna be seeing it. Everybody gonna be taking adrenaline pills and gonna go check out my number 2 pick.
Don't say it.
Furiosa, a Mad Max. That wasn't it.
That's not what I thought. That's not what I thought.
What did you think it was?
Well, I'm about to tell you with my number 2.
Well, okay, hold on. But aren't you a little mad that you didn't get Furiosa on the board?
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, I thought we'll see until this trailer dropped.
Sure.
When the trailer, the trailer reminded me, oh wait, hold on, stop.
He cuts a good trailer.
Mad Max. Sorry, so mad. Mad Max Fury Road. I mean, guys, that is a movie. That is an action film. That is a ride. That is a movie. That is cool ass filmmaking. All the stories about them in the desert, and George is crazy, and he's got all these guys doing all this crazy stuff for real. Crazy movie, brilliant movie, unbelievable. The follow-up's Furiosa. Oh, it's a sequel or a prequel. Oh, it's not the same cast. Hemsworth, Anya Taylor-Joy. Is that really giving me Charlize and Tom Hardy?
No.
Yes, it wasn't. No, now, first of all, bite your tongue. Second of all,
no, it's not.
But it might, because when that trailer came out, I just said oh wait, I loved this world. I love this. I love Fury Road. I love Anya Taylor-Joy. Why am I pretending like I don't like her? I like her very much. And Hemsworth, maybe the only thing that makes me smile in any Marvel movie. He has charm and he looks fun and crazy. I'm pretty sure we're all gonna be liking Furiosa,
right.
The Godfather Part 2 of the Mad Max.
Here's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Hemsworth needs to be like just let loose.
Yeah.
If Hemsworth is let loose,
Crazy performance.
Yeah, crazy.
Army Hammer.
No
in
restrictions.
The Boots
No.
Riley movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, good
Minus
point.
the
All right.
camera.
Yeah. If the question is, does Hemsworth have it? Armie Hammer had it because Armie Hammer was
had it.
crazy.
He was great in that.
But does Hemsworth have the juice to go
I think he does.
full bore? We'll see.
I think I love it. Love it.
All
Love
right.
it. Love Furiosa.
All right.
Very excited.
Furiosa.
Who's not excited? I challenge you.
Furiosa.
I am aghast and agag, and I need to know what your number 2 pick in the draft is. I thought you for sure, because Furiosa is May 24th. We'll be watching that before we know it too.
So this is I'm gonna switch gears and do a late year picture,
Okay.
which is a little bit of a risk. Because if the movie doesn't come out in 2024 and gets delayed for some reason, that's a lost pick. That's like you draft Embiid and then he's on the injured list for 3 months.
Like
so
that.
That's just the risk you take.
Coming back.
But
this weekend,
I have a
baby.
real good feeling about this one. There's no way this movie doesn't come out on time. It's probably already in the can, ready to go. I like I said on our Oscar special, I think one of the most underrated movies of last year was Ridley Scott's Napoleon. And Ridley Scott's career can be a little up and down, He knocks one out of the park and then he kind of takes a mini vacation
We
for
all
the next
agree.
one. However,
Wow.
I am predicting 2 in a row for Ridley Scott because I am taking Gladiator 2, Gladiator 2, baby. As the long-awaited Gladiator 2.
You don't think you could get that at 3? You got to grab it at 2.
I thought that's where you were going with your second pick. I love a a long gap between sequel and original. I think that could be really funny and yield some interesting results.
I cannot
But
wait.
here is what sold me, because I was like, yeah, but then Ridley Scott kind of goes up and down, you know. And I love Napoleon, so maybe he's going to sort of phone in Gladiator 2. Maybe it's just for the paycheck. But there was one name I saw in the cast. Because look, Paul Mescal, great, blah, blah. A lot of great people in the cast. But the name where I said, oh, baby, give me Gladiator 2 for the win. Fucking Denzel is in this movie.
What?
Dude, Denzel is the second lead in Gladiator 2, and the character sounds incredible.
What? I believe you, but like just double checking. Is that true?
Denzel is in Gladiator 2, baby.
What?
As soon as I saw that coming off, and coming off of Equalizer, he is rearing to go with a big prestige pick, baby. He said, look, and I love Equalizer, got my Franchise Achievement Award for 2023, but you also know Denzel. He was mostly doing those movies for the money, and now he wants a fucking prestige pick he can really lean into. We might be talking about Denzel come Oscar time, Best Supporting Actor for Gladiator 2.
But not for the piano lesson, for Gladiator 2.
For Gladiator 2. What do you got for number 3, Joe? Now you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do.
Well, now it's like, how much faith do I put in my guys and my gals? But you know what? I'm all in this draft, and I'm going with God. And if I don't have this on my board, I just wouldn't like my board, because 2024, honestly, at the end of the day, is really about one picture.
That you haven't picked yet?
No, it's really, honestly, this whole entire year, everything about it is just going to boil down. Everything's going to be just what do you call it? Like, what's the little tiny words in the bottom of the book?
Footnotes.
This is. Everything. It's not a live show, is it? All these other movies, footnotes, folks. And this whole entire year will always be about Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis. My number 3 pick, and I'm so psyched I got it at 3. Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis. Now, you might be saying, Joe, do you want to lose to Brett? Francis Ford Coppola hasn't made a good movie in 30 years, to which I'd say he made some okay ones, folks. But Megalopolis, this is the whole thing. He put $120 million of everything, of the wine.
He put all
fortune.
the wine money
He put
on
every
this.
cent of the wine money.
He took all that wine money and
all
he put it on.
Sophia's
He
trust
put it on
fund and he
red.
put it on Megalopolis.
He doesn't have a trust fund anymore.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. They screened this movie.
I don't know how money works.
They screened this movie today in LA, and I'm sure it was a home crowd. And this doesn't mean a lot, but it means a lot to me. Standing ovation. Brett.
Really?
Standing ovation. We're going to start hearing dribs and drabs. So what is this movie about?
That feels like a standing ovation.
Well,
to me.
I know, but also I'm just getting hyped for the movie. This one, folks, he rented a.
Sell me on Megalopolis. Sell me on Megalopolis.
Here's the description. First of all, this has been long gestating Francis Ford Coppola masterpiece that he's putting all of his own personal money into.
It's his eyes
to
wide
do it
shut.
his way, and he's going to do it 150%. Here's what we got. Set in New York, this epic science fiction drama follows Julia Cicero, torn between her loyalty to her classical-minded father Frank and her progressive architect lover Caesar. As Caesar envisions rebuilding New York into a utopia after a catastrophic event, Julia finds herself caught in a struggle between past and future. Yeah, you can definitely see some of that, and there you can see all sorts of things in here. This is going to be a text, folks. We're going to be picking this apart, baby. This is gonna bring Francis Ford back, and he's going to die in peace. I love this pick. Adam Driver's in it. Forrest Whitaker's in it. Hell, Delaware Zone Philly fan Aubrey Plaza's in this movie, and hey, so Shia LaBeouf. We love Shia on this podcast. Brett loves Shia LaBeouf very, very much. One of his favorite actors. And 3's number Megalopolis.
I think Megalopolis has push to February written all over it. That to me feels like it's going to be a wasted pick. I think it's literally scheduled right now for December release, which means you are skating on thin ice.
No, I'm going to fly to Cannes to watch it if that's the case, just so I can give it a review.
No.
It's
U.S. theatrical release.
It's coming out this year. No, U.S. theatrical?
Yes, it can't come out at a festival. It has to be a theatrical release in this calendar year.
I'm proud of 3.
They're pushing that to February.
Proud. Brett, that has pushed to February 2030 written all over it. I love the pick.
All right, good. I love it. It's high risk, high reward. High risk, high reward.
When that's the movie, you come calling me.
All right. I like it. Number 3, I need a horror movie on here, and there's a lot of good ones coming out this year. I, though, am going to put my chips on one movie, which they've tried to remake it a couple while back, and it flopped big time. It's a hard movie to remake. But this time around, there's a specific set of creatives on board that I think are going to figure out the equation.
Beetlejuice
and I think
2?
this is going to be... It's called Beetlejuice. I think this is going to be... I don't know if it'll be a big hit in the box office. It'll make its money because this crew always makes their money back. But I think this is going to be one that Joe and I really, really love, and we get. It really gets to us. And that movie is... Wolfman, directed by Lee Winnell.
What?
And brought to us by Blumhouse, starring Christopher Abbott and Julia Garner. Here's what I think is going on with Blumhouse. Blumhouse, of course, the big horror imprint that has brought us Saw and Insidious and what else, Joe? Every horror movie. The Black Phone.
Get Out.
And this Get Out. Thank you. They always give us a banger almost every time out of the gate. But here's what I think is going on with Blumhouse. Because Lee Winnell, of course, did Saw, first Saw and then Insidious. His last movie was the Elizabeth Moss Invisible Man, which was a little bit more of a kind of prestige picture for Blumhouse. It had a little more kind of art house ambitions going on than we normally find. They usually sort of are just focused on some real classic horror thrills and chills with some good characters and a great story. But Invisible Man felt like it kind of had some more auteur aspirations to it. There was some very interesting thematics around kind of Me Too and gaslighting and things like that. And so I think Lee Winnell and Blumhouse here, what's fascinating to me about Wolfman is like not many characters. It seems like it's a very simple kind of almost maybe, kind of a three-hander. I think coming off and those actors too, Christopher Abbott and Julia Garner, just two powerhouse actors that have really been, I think, waiting for like a movie breakout. Of course, Julia Garner broke out in the TV show Ozark, and Christopher Abbott, since Girls, has been doing a lot of fun theater and indie films.
Ouch.
What?
No, I'm sorry.
You think Chris Abbott thinks of himself as more than that, or
he's been doing a lot of fun theater?
A lot of great theater. Okay.
Okay.
All right. What do you got at number 4?
For my number 4 pick, I am going with...
Here we go. This is where it gets interesting.
Look, this movie, when I read the description, I was like, this is going to be a banger. And Brett, we are going to fucking love this movie. I'm going with November 8th. It's coming out. Edward Berger, the guy who directed All Quiet on the Western Front.
No!
The guy who directed the Netflix All Quiet on the Western Front. No.
This is my sleeper.
No, friend. This is my sleeper.
5 stars already. I'll just write it in.
Conclave. There's no way me and you
Get ready for Conclave.
There's no way me and you don't just like never stop talking about this movie.
Why was that not my number 1 pick?
Well, you had to go Monkey Man. But look, listen to this, folks. Rafe Fiennes, Stanley Tucci, John Lithgow, Conclave.
And Isabella Rossellini.
Oh, my God. And Rossellini. Yep. In this thriller, Cardinal Lawrence, played by Rafe Fiennes, oversees the selection of a new pope following the sudden death of the previous one. As the Catholic Church's top leaders convene in the Vatican for the secretive process, Lawrence uncovers a conspiracy that threatens to upend the church's very foundation. Come on! Stanley Tucci plays a cardinal? This is going to be incredible. I really liked All Quiet on the Western Front. I hate a Netflix release. I never got to see it in theaters, but the movie was very well made. This guy's going to put a little thriller together, and what's more fun and what's more mysterious and weird than the picking of the Pope, Brett? The picking of the Pope, baby.
I don't know why I somehow thought you might like overlook that or something, because it's an unremarkable title and it takes you a second to figure out what's going on. When you're reading about it in the cast.
You think I can't read?
That is
you were kind of banking on I couldn't read.
Joe, you sent us a list of like 100 movies, okay?
I can read.
I was like, and a lot of them have titles like Wolfman and Gladiator 2.
Conclave.
I kind of thought you might have missed Conclave. I was probably going to take it at 4. But you beat me to it. I'm just going to give Conclave 5 stars already.
Thank
based
you.
On the
All right, I'm up.
And description.
It's going to be so good, folks.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep.
What's it going to be?
I'm going to take Jeff Nichols' The Bike Riders, baby.
No!
Give me The Bike Riders. Was that your next one?
It might have been.
Yes.
I really wanted that. How good does that sound, dude?
It looks. Oh no, nothing looks better than The Bike Riders.
How good does that sound?
Jeff Nichols, who you know from incredible sort of gritty, low-budget indies like Mud and Take Shelter. He has like a Scorsese De Niro thing going with Michael Shannon, which I love. Michael Shannon, of course, is in this along with everybody's favorite actor right now, Austin Butler.
My favorite actor.
Jodie Comer from Killing Eve, Tom Hardy, Norman Reedus. And it is Jeff Nichols is doing like a 60s biker movie. He's doing a biker movie. We miss biker movies. They're the best. It's one of the best genres that doesn't exist anymore. Roger Corman, Marlon Brando, all mushed together. Give it to me, baby. Put it right in my veins.
I read a critic
love it.
say this is the godfather of biker movies.
There we go.
AKA it's going to be fucking amazing.
There we go.
I love
Might have
biker
just won
movies.
this draft with one pick.
I wonder if you did. Now, I mean, now is this okay? We're going into the 5th and final round. Just for a quick review, folks. Brett has picked his draft so far as Monkey Man, Gladiator 2, the Wolfman remake, and the Bike Riders. We're both going to have to think of some good ones. I have Civil War, Furiosa, Megalopolis, and Conclave. Really exciting picks. I really love what's going on here.
All right.
And I have to stick the landing.
Final pick. All right. Also, I have a rule that I think is fair. I think we should each pick an alternate in case one of our movies doesn't come out. I think that is a fair rule because I'm really worried
I have no choice but to agree with you.
I'm very worried for you that Megalopolis is not
coming
come
out,
and I don't want that to be the reason why I win.
It probably legally has to come out, or he'll get his head chopped off.
All right, go ahead.
My last pick, I think it's going to be really good because every play of hers I've ever seen is perfect.
Okay.
Annie Baker's Janet Planet.
Janet Planet.
Annie Baker, one of our greatest living playwrights. I think that's fair to say.
She's worked with Christopher Abbott, I believe.
Yes, I've seen her play John with Christopher Abbott.
Right. That's one of the fun plays I was talking about.
It was fine. But Abbott was fine. John is good. The flick, Circle Mirror Transformation, the plays go on and on. But this is Annie's first movie, and I have to imagine, because she's brilliant, that it will be brilliant. Julianne Nicholson stars in this movie, who's super talented and super beautiful, and I love her work always. And this is probably going to be quiet and arty, and I'm saying slow like it's bad, but slow like it's good. And what it's probably going to do is make us cry and make us think. And I think it's going to be a really big movie this year. And Annie Baker's never ever failed me. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
That's an incredible team. Joe's got Civil War, Furiosa, Megalopolis, Conclave, and Janet Planet.
It's really good. It's really good.
Number 5, I can't believe this is still on the list. And this is purely because the game is the movies that Joe and I are going to like the most. Joe, there's a new Terrifier this year, and it's and it's Christmas themed. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Give me Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Art the Clown is back, and he's going to be wearing a Santa hat.
Yeah.
I've got Terrifier 3.
And they say Lauren Lavera is going to be back.
Come on now. Come on now.
I
Movies
know.
I did not include but thought about.
Yeah. Wow.
I really thought long and hard about the new Crow they're making with the Skarsgård brother that plays Pennywise. But then I saw the first publicity still, and it looks like Jared Leto's Joker. I was like, you did Jared Leto's Joker to the Crow? How dare you? So we'll see if that ends up. Maybe that's one of those ones they're going to kind of go back and reshoot a little bit after the response to the promo photo. There's a movie called Sasquatch Summer that looks amazing, all about Bigfoots dealing with changes to their forest. Neither of us picked Robert Eggers' Nosferatu, which is crazy. That might be one of our alternates.
Because
Challengers.
Okay, so Challengers I didn't pick.
Challengers.
You know who I didn't pick?
Who?
Ashana Knight Shyamalan's first movie is
I
coming
saw
out this
that.
year.
I saw that.
I'm really excited.
But I know
to
you're
see her
rooting
work.
for it. I know you're rooting for it. We're all rooting for it.
I think it's going to be great. Shyamalan's daughter, who wants to be a filmmaker and now is, first movie, The Watchers, with Dakota Fanning's coming out. It sounds very scary. She directed some episodes of Servant. I think it's going to be a banger. Her father wouldn't let it be otherwise. She's the Shyamalan descendant. What if she's the Sophia of the Shyamalans? I love M. Night.
All right, real quick.
And I'm very excited for Ashana's movie.
Pick your alternate really quick. Just first movie that comes to mind.
In a Violent Nature. In a Violent
Is
Nature.
that the Shyamalan? What is that?
No, you know what? Fine, I'm going with the Shyamalan. In a Violent Nature is a different, really good-looking Canadian horror movie.
All right,
but I'm going with The Watchers. That's it. I'm going with The Watchers.
That's the Shyamalan
That's
movie?
the Shyamalan. Ashana Knight. I'm all in on you. Let's go.
All right. Nosferatu's tempting, but I'm gonna go with I Saw the TV Glow as my alternate.
Okay.
That Jane Schoenbrun's new movie coming out.
Oh my Lord!
Very excited for that.
Honestly, the thrill of my life.
I am rooting hard for it. We can get on my camera.
Really,
real quick.
really
The teams
appreciate
are
the
locked in.
alternate.
Yeah, that's gonna help you a lot.
A lot.
When Megalopolis gets
and you when
indefinitely
Wolfman
shelved.
gets bonked because it stinks.
No way. Lee doesn't miss, baby.